Jason Statham is an action star in the classic, campy sense that many of us love. The roles he takes on tend to be heightened, almost superhuman characterizations of mercenaries or otherwise skilled fighters, drivers, and/or killers. Statham is incredibly talented, often doing many of his own stunts, especially with regards to operating motor vehicles. With so much fame and danger comes a lot of money. Jason is one of the most well-known Hollywood stars, and lives a pretty lavish life, even by Hollywood standards. But unlike most other actors, Jason didn't start acting until he was actually 31. In no time, he became known in the industry, especially in the action genre, from driving supercars to grocery stores to living in mansions. Today we're looking at the rich lifestyle of Jason Statham, and how he shot to stardom. Let's begin. Once, during a long ago era called the 80s, Hollywood action heroes roamed the earth with bulging biceps and names like Sly, Arnold, and Bruce. With a limitless supply of weapons and wisecracks, they saved the world countless times, only to be exiled to the land of direct-to-video for their trouble, where they wandered around lost in the 90s. But they're fighting their way back from extinction, thanks in part to the tenacious efforts of steely-eyed roughnecks like Jason Statham, the survivor of action-packed Hollywood movies like Crank, The Bank Job, and recent Fast and Furious sequels and spin-offs. He rose to stardom on the strength of his appearances in Guy Ritchie's Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch. If there's an insane car chase, massive explosion, or intensely choreographed fight scene happening in a movie, chances are somewhere he's on screen, and that guy is Jason Statham. He's spinning around doing roundhouse kicks and leaping from buildings. Nowadays though, it seems as though no action film is complete without the British bad boy. Jason Statham has accumulated around $90 billion, but he wasn't born into this rich lifestyle. In fact, he lived a pretty low life for 30 years before getting into acting. Early years. Jason was born in Derbyshire, United Kingdom. His mother, Eileen Yates, was a dancer, and his father, Barry Statham, who in the beginning was a street merchant and then started singing lounge music. His parents would also set up fake auctions with which they would swindle spectators. At the age of 9, Jason was surrounded by gangsters and people who specialized in swindling people. Over time, Jason began swindling people as well, and he did it very well. His family moved to Great Yarmouth, United Kingdom, and they would meet a professional soccer player named Vinnie Jones, who brought him to soccer. He decided to join the team at his elementary school, but decided it just wasn't for him, so he left. He also loved swimming, which he thought would end up as his profession. Jason Statham exuded grace and fluidity as one of the world's top competitive divers in the early 90s. He spent 12 years as part of the British National Diving Squad, highlighted by competing in the 1990 Commonwealth Games in Auckland, New Zealand. Though he was an elite diver, Statham never qualified for the Olympics, which he admits is still a sore point for him. With his diving career over, Statham entered the world of modeling for the fashion company French Connection. If his rugged image doesn't seem to naturally lend itself to the world of male modeling, that was exactly what the company was going for. As part of his gigs, Jason danced half-naked in a couple of music videos in the 90s. After years of high dives, modeling, and pelvic gyrations, Statham was still looking to make a real living in the late 90s. And his next odd job? Selling knockoff perfume and jewelry on London street corners. Luckily, that type of real-world hoodlum was exactly what director Guy Ritchie needed for the 1998 movie Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. And that is how the world was introduced to the 31-year-old Jason Statham, and Jason himself to the world of acting. Shot to fame. In 2000, after his debut, he starred in Snatch, directed by Guy Ritchie. Statham shared cast with Brad Pitt, Dennis Farina, and Benicio del Toro. However, what made him a very popular actor internationally was the Transporter saga, in which he starred. The first movie of the saga was produced in 2002, the second in 2005, and Transporter 3 in 2008. From that franchise, Jason Statham was paid $13 million, which was a huge amount of money at the time. Statham's performance was so outstanding that it caught the attention of many American directors and critics, who later would call him to be a part of different Hollywood productions. Also, he participated in the saga of The Expendables, which included literally every big-name actor in the action genre. Yes, we're talking about Sylvester Stallone, as well as Jet Li, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, Stone Cold, and many others. In addition to being in impeccable shape, Statham also takes pride in doing many of his own stunts for his movies, from hand-to-hand combat to dangling from a helicopter 3,000 feet above downtown Los Angeles. In fact, He's almost strict in his belief that actors should be doing their own stunts. Earnings. Jason has turned in more than 30 movies in his career. His films may have a tough time impressing critics, but audiences and studio executives just can't seem to get enough of him. Taken as a whole, Statham's filmography has raked in more than $5 billion worldwide. A lot of this is due to his more recent entry into the Fast and Furious franchise, but he's also had 7 movies cross the $100 million mark worldwide outside of that series. Jason was paid $13 million each for starring in 2 of the Fast and Furious movies. Statham knows exactly what type of movies keep the lights on. Yes, the ones that include a lot of broken bones and blood. Such a level of popularity always gets the attention of popular brands. As such, it can only be expected that Jason has been approached by multiple companies that want to have him endorse their products or the services they offer. Sometime in 2019, after his movie The Meg was released, it was reported that the English actor landed an endorsement deal with Selena Automotive, a company known for manufacturing high-performance sports cars and automotive parts. Jason is the brand ambassador for Selena in China. What he earned from this has never been disclosed to the public, but given the clout Jason commands as a world-renowned action movie star, the amount involved must have so far added a significant amount to the estimated total value of his wealth. Apart from Selena, the Fast and Furious actor has also got endorsement deals with Audi, Burton, Jaguar, Gazprom, G Energy, and French Connection. Lifestyle. With a net worth of $90 million, Jason is one of the biggest stars in the industry. He lives a pretty luxurious lifestyle, even by Hollywood standards. He bought a mansion in Malibu back in 2009 for $10.6 million. It was a pretty amazing estate, and Jason was able to make a huge profit from it when he sold it for more than $20 million in 2020. He also has multiple estates, including another Malibu house, which he bought for $7.3 million from Ben Stiller. The actor owns 2 more houses in Beverly Hills. How many houses does he even need? Jason started dating the extremely gorgeous model Rosie Huntington-Whiteley back in 2010 after they met at a London party. You might not know his wife by name, but you must have seen her, as she's acted in movies like Love Me Tender, or Else, Transformers Dark Side of the Moon, and the famous Mad Max Fury Road. Rosie began her career as a model and became super famous for her works with popular brands like Victoria's Secret, Dolce & Gabbana, Givenchy, Burberry, Louis Vuitton, Ralph Lauren, Tommy Hilfiger, and a whole host of other popular brands in the fashion industry. She's received multiple Models of the Year awards and has been named the highest paid model. Now, this is one power couple, isn't it? Their relationship went on to last a really long time, and they finally got engaged in 2016. Just a year later, their first son was born. Cars. Jason Statham is an actor who has displayed his love for automobiles both on screen and in real life. Jason Statham movies like the Transporter series and Death Race portrayed him as a car fanatic, and we all loved his performance in these movies. And who can forget about the Fast and Furious movies? The fact that Jason Statham is a petrolhead in real life might have helped him put up the incredible performances. In his movies, the English actor has been seen with cars like the Ford Mustang GT, Aston Martin DB9, Lamborghini Murcielago Roadster, Audi A8, and many more. Those are all fine rides, and the ones he owns in real life definitely match up with them if they must be compared. Jason has an extensive collection of cars in real life. The Lamborghini Murcielago LP. The Lamborghini Jason Statham drove in the Transporter must have left an impression on him, because he has an orange one in real life. Obviously, this is one of the fastest cars in the star's collection. This Lambo will hit 60 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds and is one of only 4,000 built in its 10-year production run. Porsche 911 GT2. Statham has been spotted in his Porsche numerous times since 2009. Porsche poured a lot into the 911 GT2. This model can sprint from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds with a top speed of 204 miles per hour. Aston Martin Dbs. The amazing Aston Martin Dbs makes us want a James Bond movie starring Jason Statham. The beautiful retractable roof Aston Martin is powered by a 510 horsepower 6-litre V12 engine. Jaguar E-Type. A favourite of those with timeless taste and desire to exceed the speed limit, the Jaguar E-Type is a classy automobile. It's unclear whether or not Statham actually owns his car, but reports are conflicting. But he actually did arrive at the premiere of his movie The Mechanic in it, so we'll take it. Other cars in his collection include the Mercedes-Benz S63, Ferrari F12 Berlinetta, multiple Audis, and a Jaguar XJR. Notably missing from the action star's car collection is American influence. We think Statham should get a vintage truck or a nice muscle car. Maybe he'd feel more at home in the new C8. But we're not ones to tell people how to spend their money, especially people who could definitely beat us up. Either way, this is one of the most extensive sexy car collections owned by an actor. This guy really knows how to spend his money. Jason Statham makes us believe that rags to riches dreams do come true. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know what's your favorite Jason Statham movie in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you in the next one.